everyone. My name is Jomari at Alegre. I'm here to answer the how to proceed in BLC. The topic is the sentence clauses. Now let's begin answering those questions. Question number one. What levels of sentences analysis do we normally define? Overview. Answer to number one. The levels of sentence analysis typically defined include phonetic analysis, morphological analysis, syntactic analysis, semantic analysis, and pragmatics analysis. Each levels examine different aspects of language to understand how sentences are formed or interpreted. These levels help linguistic and language learners dissect and comprehend the complexities of a language. Question number two. Name three approaches towards the functional analysis of sentence. Answer to number two. Three approaches towards the functional analysis of sentences are subject-predicate analysis, SBOAC analysis, and predicator complement adjunct analysis. Number three question. What is relation between the predicate and the verb? Answer to number three. The predicate includes the verb itself along with its obligatory arguments, such as object, complements, or obligatory adverbials. In essence, the predicate asserts something about the subject with the verb being a central component of that assertion. Thus, the verb is a crucial part of predicate in a sentence. Number four question. Name the central criteria that help identifying subject in language or in English. Answer to number four. The central criteria that help identify subjects in English include their typical position before the verb in declarative clauses, their ability to determine the number and person of the verb in infinite clauses, and their requirement for the subjective form for pronouns with distinctive cases forms. Additionally, subjects can be made the complement in a by phrase in passive construction if the clause has a transitive verb. Number five question. Why is the term verb problematic as a functional category? The term verb is a problematic as a functional category because it encompasses various types of verb, including auxiliary and lexical verbs, which can lead to ambiguity in its usage. Additionally, the distinction between different verbs, forms, and their syntactic functions complicates the classification. This complexity makes it challenging to apply a single definition consistently across different contexts. Number six question. Outline at least three tests that can be applied to identifying objects. Answer to number three. Three tests can be applied to identifying objects include number one. The object of an active clause usually becomes the subject of the corresponding passive clause. Number two, objects cannot be omitted from the sentence. And lastly, number three, objects require the objective form for pronouns with distinctive case forms. Number seven question. How can we differentiate between objects and complements? Answer to number seven. Objects can become the subject of corresponding passive sentence while complements cannot. Objects typically identify the direct object can be noun phrases or nominal clauses, while complements relates to the subject or direct object and are also realized by noun phrases, adjectival phrases, or nominal clauses. Additionally, complements share grammatically properties with subjects, whereas objects do not. Number 8 question. What are the central criteria for identification of adverbials? Here's the answer for number 8. The central criteria for identifying adverbials include their general mobility within a sentence, their optionally depending on the type of verb, in bold, and their typically expression of place, time, manner, reason, concession, and etc. Adverbials can be often be omitted without affecting the grammatically of the sentence. Additionally, they can be affected by negation or interrogation. Second to the last question, name at least two patterns in English where the word order is not SBO. Answer to the last question. Two patterns in English where the word order is not SBO include object fronting. For example, parties mean my mother enjoy very much. And object relative clauses rather. Example, who I saw. And lastly question, provide a functional analysis of perhaps you will never find a job as a linguist. Answer to last question. In the sentence, perhaps you will never find a job as a linguist, the functional analysis is as follows. Perhaps, functional as an adverbial, you is the subject, will find is the verb, a job is the object, and as a linguist serve as complement. And that's all the questions and the answers in BLC. I hope you will understand it and thank you very much.